Hey everybody, it's Dave Rosendahl, and hey Kate, it's good to see you. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to record this for you. Uh, what I'm doing here is over the next couple of minutes, I'm going to take a look at Kate's profile here. Kate gave me permission to share this with all of you. You may have seen the one that we did last week for Stephen. Go back and look at you can find the video on my page and see that one if you want to learn from that one as well. So this one is for Kate Toma. You can see her here on the screen. Kate, I'm looking at my notes here, 8 things that I want to run through here quickly for you, and maybe a few other ones will pop up as we're going through. So the first thing I want to point out is your picture here, Kate. Very good. From my opinion and from my experience, this is good. And the only thing I would consider suggesting to make the picture stand out even more, as people are scrolling, what you're trying to do is get their attention, right? So anything you can do to get someone's attention is good. So one thing you can consider, and we're happy to do this for you, if you want, tell me the hex color for your logo, for your brand, and we'll put a circle around your picture. If you look at my profile page and my image, you'll see that we use that. That'll make your picture pop a little bit. Again, personal preference. If you want that, we're happy to do that for you using this picture or anything you send us. But overall, picture is good. The next thing I want to call your attention to here is this image here. This is another opportunity to reinforce your message, to reinforce who you are, what you can do for me as I'm looking at your profile, as I'm looking at your page here. So this is a missed opportunity right here. You should remove or edit this default image and use something that is more personal and relevant to your company, to your brand, to your customers, to the people that you're trying to serve. Okay, so this is definitely an opportunity that if I were you, I would take the chance to change this in order to have a better opportunity to engage with the viewer. Okay, so that's the second thing. The third is your headline right here. Um, so I talked about this last week, and this again is based on experience and having a number of people that I've been able to coach through this process kind of experiment with changing what's right here. This is really key. So this shows up in a lot of places in LinkedIn. And so this is a prime spot to be able to communicate who you are and what you do and who you do it for. And so, similarly to you, for a long time on LinkedIn, I had my title president of Mindfire, co founder of Mindfire, whatnot. And really, all that does is that strokes our own ego. It really doesn't do anything for the person that is reading your profile or seeing your name somewhere in LinkedIn. So my suggestion, I'll actually put it in the comments for you. There's a different style headline that basically says who you help, how you help them, and if there's a specific format for that. Okay, so it's like helping XYZ with XYZ by XYZ. Okay, there's like some blanks that you want to fill in. I'll put the template for you. Try that. And then where you have these pipes, those pipes are actually good. But what I would do is I would use the opportunity there to replace those with keywords that people are likely to search for in order to find someone like you. If they want a service like yours, Kate, what would they search for? Print and mail, direct marketing, personalized URLs, political mail, nonprofit mailing, fundraising mailing. I'm sure you could think of a million different things. Try to find like the 4 or 5 keywords that people might use to search, and put those there because when they use this search up here, they're going to be able to find your profile based on what you have in here. Okay, so that would be the third thing that I would suggest for you. Fourthly, if we scroll down here, your about section here, this is another great opportunity to tell me, the viewer, the reader, what it is you can do for me. And so this is well written. There's nothing inherently wrong with this, but it doesn't tell me as the viewer what kind of outcome you can deliver for me. So this is a great place to be able to engage me, show me a little bit of your personality, who are you, and what you can do for me, what kinds of results you can deliver for me as the viewer here. Okay, so I would rewrite this, go look at other examples. I can give you plenty of examples if you want those. But I would take the opportunity to rewrite that, okay, and make it more about me, the viewer, and what you can do for me, and let your personality shine through. Fifthly, let's scroll down here. So for your company, you've got a LinkedIn page here, which is good. You should. But what I notice is that it's not updated very often. Okay, so 2 weeks ago, 3 months ago, 8 months ago. So I would take the opportunity, Kate, to keep this a little bit more up to date. Often, what you can do is if you post content on your own personal profile, you can reformat that slightly or adjust it and do the same thing from your corporate page. Okay. We can get into that in a separate video, but there's a lot of opportunity through your corporate page as well when you get into boosting ads or using the sponsored posts in LinkedIn. That might be a little bit further down the road for you, but I would consider updating your company page a little bit more often. So that would be, let's see, what is that? One, two, three, four, five, the fifth thing. Is that five? One, two, three, four, five. Yeah, the fifth thing. All right. Next, what I want to call your attention to is this activity area here. Now, once you become a practitioner of LinkedIn, you're going to learn that this little section here is something that's very useful to you, Kate, as you go out and look at other people. And you're also going to learn that other people use this a lot when they're looking at you. Okay. So, a couple of things that I notice. I can see kind of what you've been doing on LinkedIn, and I see you commented on this a week ago. Let's see, what did you do this one? You liked this one. How long ago was that? A little while ago. Mostly likes, a couple of posts that you've done here, but this was 2 weeks ago, but there's not a lot of activity. So it's up to you, of course, but LinkedIn right now, Kate, is a huge goldmine of opportunity. If you haven't seen the post that we did yesterday about Brian and his incredible success with LinkedIn, you should go check that out just to underscore the importance of the opportunity that you have. So I'm seeing some missed opportunities here, but specifically what I want to call your attention to are the posts that you're doing. So something like this, I didn't look into the details of this, but it doesn't give me much opportunity as the reader to feeling that I want to engage with the content. Okay, so you need to create content that's informative, that's instructive, that's educational, that's going to help me as your target audience. If I'm needing print and mail services, you need to provide me with content that's going to engage me and draw you into your world, if you will. And so what I see here are a couple of different types of posts that you've done, wishing people happy Thanksgiving. All of these, there's nothing inherently wrong with them, but they're not going to deliver you the outcome that you're looking for if you want to drive engagement, if you want to start conversations, if you want to create leads, and if you want to drive sales, okay, which is like what I think you want to do. So there's an entirely different way of posting, of engaging people that you need to learn in order to be more effective in what you're doing here. The other thing is when you post, I thought you did have a couple of posts here where they were work related. When I say work related, I mean about the stuff that you can deliver to your customer. Let's see. Yeah, here as an example. So when you do this, it's good that you're using the hashtags. A lot of people use hashtags, I can't speak, without realizing how important they are. They will gain you additional visibility on your posts as you start to step deeper into LinkedIn. So that's good. Again, there's a lot behind that we can talk about. But overall, I want to encourage you to start to think about yourself as a content producer, a publisher of information. There's just a whole host of eyeballs on this platform and not enough content. That's the problem with LinkedIn right now from their through their eyes. So many people, very, very few producers, less than 1% of people on LinkedIn are producing content. So there's a huge volume of eyeballs and not enough high quality content. So LinkedIn wants you to create content to put in front of people. And if you do that, Kate, you'll start to see all sorts of benefits, including your network, your reach, which you have 452 people here. You'll start to see that grow. You'll start to get leads and conversations. So that's an area that I would really focus on. Now, going back to your profile, the other thing that I would suggest, you don't have any recommendations from people. So assuming, I think you've been running your company for 3 years now, you should have some clients that are willing to vouch for you. Ask them to write you a recommendation that shows up big here. There's a couple reasons for that. People like the social proof. Second, it allows people to talk good about you, so you don't have to do it about yourself. And then third, there are some people that when they want to connect with you, they need that little extra oomph to make sure that you are who you say you are, that you can deliver what you say you can deliver, and having that social proof helps with those kinds of people. So you definitely want to add that here. The other thing I want to draw your attention to are these people also viewed. My recommendation, again, this is a recommendation. You can choose to follow it or not, but I would suggest you turn that off. If you go into your settings, I forget exactly where it is, turn that off because what you don't want is what LinkedIn is doing is basically finding other people that are similar to you or that other people who have looked at you are also looking at. And so basically, you're giving, in some cases, folks the competitor that they may want to speak to. Okay. So if you turn that off, you're going to keep people focused on you and what you can deliver for them rather than them getting distracted and going off and maybe visiting one of your other competitors. Okay. So, Kate, overall, I would say looking good. You're about 500 connections here. For you to really start getting some value out of LinkedIn, let's put these things in place. One thing that I would say is, one false belief that people have is that they need to have huge networks, thousands, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of people to actually generate sales, generate leads, and revenue from LinkedIn. That's not true. You need a core group of people who are engaged with your content because you provide them value. That could be with 400 people, 500 like you have. That could be with 1,000. That could be with 10,000. But the bottom line is that there's a huge opportunity for you to up your game here, start to engage people, and drive business results for you through some of these suggestions that I've made. So if this has been helpful, let me know in the comments. Let me know what other questions you have. If you're watching this and you'd like me to do this for you, once a week I pick one free winner. My team and I are watching this, so go drop a note in the comments if you want a free review like this. If you want us to do one for you, we have a paid offering for that as well. I'll leave that in the comments or somewhere here in the post so you know how to follow up with us on that. Kate, great job. Keep at it, and everyone, we'll see you soon. Bye bye.